On December 13, 2006, we received a call from Atlanta Medical Center about a delayed death. A delayed death is when a victim dies days, weeks, or months after the incident actually occurred.
In this case, the victim was severely injured in a carjacking about a month prior. Now we'll have to run down clues to figure out who took this man's car and caused the significant injuries that led to his death.
At the office, our sergeant gets us up to speed on the case.
What's up, Sarge?
Gentlemen, meet Vernon Rouse, 55 years old. He was a janitor.
We actually get a picture of this brother, a man that worked hard, served his community well, and got killed in the process.
What are the details?
He stops at a gas station.
We find out that our victim, Vernon Rouse, on November 17, 2006, had stopped off to fill the tank in his brand new SUV.
All we know is he was attacked.
Anybody see anything?
We had one witness. His name is Michael Young.
A guy named Michael Young's at the gas station, walking out, sees our victim, Vernon Rouse, laying on the ground by the gas pumps, and he's the one that called 911. A Zone 4 officer quickly responds to the scene.
Dispatch, I need an ambulance immediately.
He finds Vernon Rouse laying right next to the island where you pump the gas, unable to move.
My whole body is numb.
He can't feel anything from the chest down, but he is communicating with the officer, saying that he just has no feeling in his body.
Okay, the ambulance will be here shortly.
Okay. Did Vernon say what happened?
He got cracked.
Some unknown person walks up, hits him in the back of the head, and leaves him incapacitated right there on the gasoline island.
And we know that his head struck that concrete right where he was laying, which caused his spinal cord injury and his paralysis.
So 1 minute he's pumping gas, and then in the blink of an eye, he's a quadriplegic.
Yeah.
Damn, man.
To just stop off, fill his car, and get struck, and his life changes forever.
All right, what do we know about our suspect?
Not much, unfortunately.
Hey, did you see who hit you?
He was black, sounded young, but I didn't see his face.
He couldn't give a really accurate description of who struck him.
Afterwards, the assailants took off in Mr. Rouse's new SUV.
We have to look at motive and why this happened to Vernon Rouse. Why was he the intended victim? So he's got a brand new car. That's the shiny nickel. Everybody wants it.
He must have had a target on his back.
In that area, brand new whip, forget it.
Yeah. Mr. Rouse was taken to the hospital. The officer there cleared the scene.
He doesn't see the car, doesn't see anything suspicious, writes his report, and goes back in service.
Yeah, but that was 3 weeks ago.
Uh-huh. Mr. Rouse never left the hospital. It says here, cause of death is blunt force trauma associated with spinal cord contusion.
This is felony murder all day long. The felony being a robbery, and Vernon Rouse dying as a result of that.
All right, let's clean this sucker up.
There had to be a robbery investigator assigned to this case who's probably got a treasure trove of information to give us. He may have already developed the suspect.
Who was the original detective on this case?
There's your rub. It was Carpenter.
This is everything?
That's it.
Nothing had been done. We're pissed.
Yo, brother, it says here that Carpenter was sending mail to the victim's house, and the brother wasn't even home.
Right.
Let's see it. He even left a voicemail on the phone that had been collected as evidence.
He's calling the victim's cell phone, not knowing that the phone is in property. Had he just looked at the property sheet, he would have noticed that the phone is not even in the victim's possession.
Yo, he had no idea Vernon was in the hospital the whole time.
He could have went and spoke to this victim and got some more information, but now we're 30 days behind.
The guy didn't even know Vernon was dead.
His family deserves more, man.
This detective had an opportunity to go out, make a relationship with this victim, and probably give him some kind of service before his death. Nothing was done.
So the vehicle was never reported missing?
No. It was brand new, so we only had the temporary tags.
But Carpenter could have at least found the VIN and put it in the system.
I agree.
At this point, Vernon Rouse's car is ghost. For 30 days, this car has probably been traveling around Atlanta, who knows doing what. These guys could be committing other crimes in this car.
So we're basically starting from scratch here.
Yes.
Campbellton Road?
Hey, somebody's got to clean this mess up, right?
We're gonna do what me and Vin do. We're gonna go back to the scene and act like day one starts when we roll up there to see what happened at that gas station.
Quinn and I roll up to this gas station at the corner of Campbellton Road and Childress Drive. This gas station is like one of like none. You go a mile in either direction and that's it.
So this where it happened, right here.
Hit his head there. Something, and somebody wanted the vehicle, and they just waited for the right time.
They were probably surveilling him. They probably waited for the car to get filled with gas. And when the opportunity was right, they struck and they took that vehicle.
Vinny, I'm telling you, those dealer tags, that's what set him up.
If you're gonna steal a car, you want a car with a dealer's tag on the back of it because the police can't readily run that tag to even check to see if it's stolen.
Q. What do you think?
Hey, it's worth the try. Let's see what's up.
We already know what we're gonna do. We're gonna go inside and talk to these people and try to get some video footage.
What's up, man?
Hey, brother. We need to ask you a few questions, all right? Do you remember a guy that was carjacked here about a month or so ago?
Yeah, but the attendant that was working that day didn't see anything.
What about the cameras?
They're broken and have been for a while.
They're basically dummies, just to deter crime.
All right, let's canvass the neighborhood. All right. Thank you.
People that frequent this store frequent it often. So who knows what we're gonna run into? Somebody could have seen something that day.
We're out there canvassing the Campbellton Road area, and there's one guy walking down the middle of the road.
Hey, brother. Yo. Talk to you real quick. We're detectives with APD.
We stop him. We just want to get some names, something for a pad, just to show that we're doing some work that day.
What's your name?
Michael Young.
You kidding?
We had one witness. His name is Michael Young.
And we're like, bam! Michael Young is the same name that's listed on the original police report that our detective in robbery never even dealt with.
Yo, you're just the brother we're looking for, man. You know that?
This is a God moment.
The man assaulted at the gas station.
Oh, yeah.
He's actually seen our victim many times before. He's a regular in the neighborhood.
I saw that guy pumping gas when I went inside to get some smokes.
Did you see anyone else out there?
Nah.
He said when he came out, he sees him on the ground and the car he was filling up with gas was gone.
You saw who took his ride?
No. But I have seen the vehicle a few times since then.
What?
I feel like we hit jackpot with Michael Young.
You sure?
No doubt.
That's crazy. We want to find out what else he knows.
All right, tell me everything, brother. Break it down.
The road to justice will be long and winding.
Little Marcus, Little Black, and Cordell.
We got more names to look at than an Atlanta phone book.
Yo, check it out. I got a hot receipt.
We may see this killer's face in living color until a crazy lead
Your son can play.
forces us in a totally new direction.
I made the whole story up.
We thought we knew exactly what was going on, but boy, were we wrong.
Give me them keys.
Leading to the unlikeliest suspect.
We're dealing with a baby-faced killer.
Did Vernon say what happened?
He got cracked.
We're working the delayed death homicide of 55-year-old Vernon Rouse, who was brutally attacked during a carjacking at a gas station.
This is it.
That's it.
3 weeks later, we find out Vernon Rouse died from blunt force trauma associated with a spinal cord contusion.
So we're basically starting from scratch here.
Hey, somebody's got to clean this mess up, right?
We return to Campbellton Road and we meet Michael Young,
Yo.
the person that actually made the original 911 call.
You saw who took his ride?
No.
Although Michael Young didn't actually witness the assault, He dropped a bombshell when he told us he seen the victim's Chevy after the assault driving around the neighborhood.
All right, when was the last time you saw it?
Maybe a week after it happened.
That narrows down our timeline. Did you take a look at who was driving?
Uh-huh. A whole crew of boys. Little Marcus, Little Black, and Cordell.
Michael Young doesn't know their real names or where they live, but he knows they're from the neighborhood.
They always out here running wild.
He says these are just teenagers, barely in high school.
It's kids. That makes sense.
We had so many groups of children divided up into little gangs, and they would take these cars and use them in other crimes.
The car probably got too hot, so they dumped it for a new one.
Whoever took Vernon Rouse's car, likely 30 days later, they're probably not in it anymore.
You see these young hoppers around here again, you give me a call ASAP, all right?
I will.
Thank you, brother.
We thank Michael Young, good information, and we keep trucking.
Thanks, man.
Running into Michael Young was a blessing because we had nothing. He provided some names we could work with, so this was actually a great start to the case.
If juveniles are actually involved in Vernon's murder, we need to be very careful. The law says we can treat them just like they're adults, but that doesn't always work well in court.
Juries and sometimes judges can be really sympathetic.
And if they think cops overreach or put the kids in a situation that just wasn't fair, it can jeopardize the whole case.
We decided to pivot at the moment and focus on trying to find Vernon's vehicle. The fact that it was never reported stolen is a huge problem. We're hoping the victim's family can help us out.
Me and Vin go decide to meet with the victim's sister with our hat in hand.
We want to start off by saying we're sorry.
Nobody's contacted my family before, and now you show up.
She's looking at us like we crazy and like, what are y'all here for? But we understand that. It's been a month since she's even heard from the police department.
And there's no excuse for that. But that's in the past. We're here to move this forward, okay?
We apologize for the actions of this first detective. No matter what mistakes he made, we got it now, and you have nothing to worry about.
I appreciate you.
So tell us about your brother.
Vernon was a very kind and caring man. He worked the night shift as a janitor.
This is a working class guy who worked hard. He saved his money to buy a brand new car. And here we are talking to his sister about what happened to him.
Sister, we're trying to locate his vehicle. Do you know where he purchased it?
Let me check his stuff. I think I saw something in his paperwork.
Because this car was brand new when it was stolen, it never had a license plate.
Gotta get that van.
This VIN number is the only identifiable feature of this vehicle.
I think this is what you're looking for?
This is perfect.
We got the van.
All the purchase information for Vernon's car is in the folder. That's the jackpot moment for us.
Thank you. This is a tremendous help.
We head off to do the police stuff.
Hey, Doc. What up, man? Hey, can you run a VIN for me, brother?
As soon as we leave, I'm so excited, I just go ahead and run the VIN number.
You kidding me? We got the vehicle.
Police dispatch comes back and tells us that car is actually in police impound. We had the car all along.
Beautiful. All right, thank you.
What happened?
Yes. All right, so it got picked up as an abandoned auto, November 22nd. That's 5 days after our carjacking.
This is great. This is the next step in moving the needle forward.
Ready to start collecting some evidence?
My specialty.
Let's do it, baby.
Come on.
My mind is going like crazy because all I can think about is opening them doors and seeing what we got inside.
So we beat a line straight over to the impound lot
All right, let's get to work.
where all the police vehicles are put for impound.
We're looking around in the car. We see all this stuff in there.
We got a rap mix CD.
Wow, man. Looks like they had a party up in this sucker.
In our minds, we believe these items inside the car aren't the items left behind by Vernon Rouse.
We could probably get prints off this stuff.
This is a treasure chest of information inside this car. I can't wait to get forensics all over it.
Oh. Check this out.
Woohoo. Money.
I see a handgun. This is a great find.
Feels weird.
This gun is heavy. It feels real, but as I take a closer look and I turn it around, I realize this isn't a real gun. It's a BB gun.
Ain't no way there's a bullet coming out of there.
Yeah, man, but it looks real enough, bro.
We know now this is a BB gun, but this looks like the gun I got right on my side already.
Could have been used on Vernon.
Exactly.
And I'm thinking, whoa, wait a minute. We knew this car was stolen from our victim. So we gotta think that the people that stole this car may have hit him in the head with this gun.
I'm digging through, this jumbled up mess that's been accumulated inside Vernon Rouse's car. It looks like it's been trashed.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Yo, I just struck gold, baby.
This is amazing. This was going to be the end of the case.
Check out the timestamp on this puppy, man. We're sorry.
Families left behind were first and foremost. They become our family.
Now you show up.
This lead detective that had the robbery to begin with, his transgressions fall on us. So we have to come with this mea culpa and ask for forgiveness.
And there's no excuse for that.
And then start to build the trust that we know we need in them to help solve their loved one's case.
You're kidding me. We got the vehicle.
The Vernon Rouse carjacking and murder investigation is starting to heat up. A month after Vernon Rouse was attacked, we located his vehicle at an APD impound lot.
Check this out.
Woohoo. While searching for evidence, we find a BB gun that easily passes for the real thing.
We gotta wonder, this was probably used to hit Mr. Rouse in the back of the head. Then, my eyes quickly land on an even bigger discovery.
Yo, I just struck gold, baby.
This is amazing. This is another lead.
Yo, check it out. I got a hot receipt.
We find a fast food receipt for November the 18th at 2:30 in the morning.
Check out the timestamp on this puppy, man.
That's not long after.
If we look at our timeline with the original police report, that's just 3 hours under the time Vernon Rouse was actually attacked.
You think what I'm thinking?
Check out the fast food joint.
That's right.
Come on.
We're gonna head out to the restaurant where this transaction happened and see who made the purchase.
How you doing?
Hey, sister, we need to speak to you, okay?
When we get to the restaurant, we show the receipt and we meet the actual employee that made the transaction.
Trying to locate a couple young bucks. Would have came through your drive-thru on the evening of November 18th. Would have been late at night. They would have paid cash, and they were driving this SUV right here.
We showed this young girl an actual photograph of the 2006 Chevy Equinox, but she's drawing a blank.
I don't recognize it at all.
Nah?
This is a straight up goose egg situation. She remembers nothing.
All right. Thanks for trying.
We're not surprised, but you gotta go out there. You gotta be diligent. You gotta, cross off these boxes as you go.
What about surveillance video? We saw a camera at the drive-thru.
We record over it daily.
True to form is what we're used to. There's no video. We're 30 days out. So we have absolutely nothing right now.
Thank you for your time.
No worries.
Thank you, sister.
You're welcome.
We head back to the office and shift gears. We want to know how Vernon's vehicle ended up in our Atlanta police impound lot in the first place. We pulled the police report that was actually made by an Officer Mack.
Mac works on the auto theft task force. We reach out to him and set up a meeting to see if he's got anything that could help our case.
Hey, brother. What up?
The Auto Theft Task Force is a specialized unit. All they do is go through the city looking for stolen cars.
What happened?
We were on patrol. We see this SUV. It's swerving all over the road.
They spot a Chevy Equinox driving erratically with a drive-out tag. Their experience tells them that's probably a stolen car.
I can see there's a crew of dudes in the car.
A crew? How many?
4, 5. I get behind them, hit my lights.
So when Detective Mack hit his blue lights and siren, these people just hit the gas and took off.
Okay.
We're thinking this is probably our guys that attacked Vernon Rouse, still in his vehicle. And they know it's a stolen car, and that's why they're running from Officer Mack.
But please tell me you caught these jokers.
Sorta.
The vehicle comes to an abrupt stop About a half a block from our crime scene at Childress and Campbellton, several young black males all exit the vehicle running in different directions.
Me and my partner, we run 2 of the guys down. They're teenagers.
Could be them boys Michael Young was mentioning.
What happened next?
Well, we figured the car is stolen. But when I run it doesn't come back in the system.
The car, in all accounts, legally is not stolen.
These kids got lucky.
This crime could have been solved in less than 5 days if the car had just been entered onto the system. But that didn't happen here.
Cortez Todd. DeMarcus Daniels, both 16.
DeMarcus. That sounds familiar. DeMarcus.
I gotta think back to what Michael Young said, our 911 caller.
I saw the SUV out here on Campbellton Road.
When he says he saw 3 people in the car.
Little Marcus, Little Black, and Cordell.
Could Little Marcus be DeMarcus Daniels?
Yo, it's starting to add up.
These kids locked up?
No, I had to release them to their parents.
The juvenile authorities wouldn't take in either DeMarcus Daniels or Cortez Todd because they were just traffic charges related to running from a vehicle.
You got any phone numbers for any of the parents?
The phone number of DeMarcus' mom.
We got to get on these streets hard and find out how these kids got a stolen car.
Come on, have a seat, man.
An unlikely source will help move the case forward.
You recognize this vehicle?
I don't think so.
Quit playing around, boy.
This joker thought he could play us.
But to get to the truth,
Your son can play.
we'll first need to peel back a shocking layer of this investigation. He was living a double life.
Now, James was the one that was running the show.
Me and my partner, we run 2 of the guys down.
We've just identified 2 possible suspects in the carjacking murder of Vernon Rouse.
Cortez Todd. DeMarcus Daniels, both 16.
The juveniles were caught driving Vernon's stolen SUV.
It's starting to add up, man.
Early in the investigation, we had a person who identified one of the occupants of the vehicle as Lil Marcus. Could Lil Marcus be DeMarcus Daniels?
Phone number for DeMarcus' mom.
We got to talk to him and find out exactly what's going on here.
Thank you.
You don't want to appear that you're taking advantage of these children. The court frowns on treating children like adults when they're doing adult crimes, even though the law says you can.
Yes, ma'am. Hey, sorry to bother you. This is Detective David Quinn with the Atlanta Police Department Homicide.
You want their parent, if they're available, or some responsible adult to sit there like an attorney.
We're investigating a homicide, and it could potentially involve your son. No, ma'am. This is urgent.
We get no arm twisting from the mother of DeMarcus Daniel. Her name is Felicia Daniels. We're going to tell her what's going on. Hopefully get the answers.
Gotta work. Thank you, ma'am. See you soon, sister. She's on her way.
She brings the boy straight down to the homicide office. We sit down and try to chop it up.
Well, let's have a seat. Appreciate you for coming in. All right? Look, we just want to ask you some questions about a case that we're working, okay?
I'm not trying to bust this kid for murder off the giddy up.
That's why we came in.
Yeah. All right. You recognize this vehicle?
I don't think so.
He's not spilling his guts on this stolen car. We got to give DeMarcus' mom credit. Like, she's keeping her son on track.
Quit playing around, boy.
Actually, I was in that car. My boy Cortez was driving.
DeMarcus Daniels admits to riding in the car not just one time, but several times.
The car was used for rips and whatnot.
He knew what it was getting used for. Petty thefts all up and down Campbellton Road. He just wasn't directly involved in any of the crimes.
Who else was in the car with you?
Big boy, little man, and Cordell.
And we quickly realized Cordell, that's another name we got from Michael Young.
Hey, who stole the car in the first place?
I don't know.
Tell the truth.
I swear, I don't know.
You swear?
Yes.
Me and Vin make the decision. We're going to end this interview.
Okay. We appreciate your time, Mama. Okay? Thank you.
Have a great day, guys.
If he's not telling the truth, our new best friend is his mama. We'll get him back in tow, and he'll be sitting down here at the homicide office again.
Let's run down some more names.
This information from DeMarcus is great. It puts us one step closer to trying to figure out exactly what happened. We just got to keep digging.
We decide to go after Cordell, who we identified as Cordell Davis. We scoop up him and his mama and bring him to the station.
The interview goes down just like the one with DeMarcus. Cordell admits to being in the car, says the same names, but says he doesn't know anything about the carjacking.
Since we don't have a real name for Big Boy or Lil Man, we go after Cortez Ty.
We track down his mother, Ashley, and tell her we need to speak to her son about a stolen car.
She's got this puzzled, confused look on her face and says that Cortez doesn't stay with her. She said he lives in the suburbs of Fulton County with his AAU basketball coach. But Ashley agrees to go with us to pick him up.
According to Ashley, her son Cortez, he's like this basketball phenomenon.
Let's practice a little 2-on-2.
He is living with his coach, grooming him. He's got aspirations to go to the NBA. For all accounts, this does not sound like the kid we're looking for.
Your son can play.
Yeah,
This kid is exactly what his mom said he was.
the coach takes care of him. Put him in a good situation.
She's got some challenges in her life, and she just discloses to me that the coach kicks her a few dollars here and there.
Just reset it. Exactly what you guys did a while ago. He's gonna come out.
Cortez, come over here, honey.
So, Ma?
These men, they want to speak with you.
Cortez was cool with it. He actually told his coach he'd be back later. He jumps in the car, and we all head back to the homicide office.
All right, y'all. Come on in, have a seat.
We don't want to overwhelm this kid, so Quinn goes in the interview room by himself, and I watch from the surveillance room.
All right, now, can I grab you any water? Want any snacks, anything like that? No, I'm good. You sure?
I'm watching this interview take place, and Cortez Ty is just cool, calm, and collected.
Nah, look, mother.
I get right to it. I go straight to Front Street.
Need to ask you about this SUV right here. You recognize this puppy right here?
I drove it around a few times till the cops ran me down.
He's just sitting in that room like it's just a walk in the park. Not a worry in the world.
My coach lets me leave sometimes, you know. I hang out with my boys, and we just like to mix it up.
Cortez Ty admits to being involved in some petty robberies, and he paints the picture that he actually has two lives.
Well, young brother, the thing is that the owner of this vehicle is dead. Now, what you know about it?
I'm trying to find facts, and Cortez Ty drops a bombshell on me.
I was there the night the car was stolen.
We have somebody in the box right now that's gonna put some pieces of this puzzle together.
Yeah? All right, now, can I grab you any water? Any snacks? Anything like that? No, I'm good. You sure?
I'm interviewing 16-year-old Cortez Ty, a potential suspect in the carjacking murder of Vernon Rouse.
So I need to ask you about this SUV right here. You recognize this puppy?
I drove it around a few times.
I expected him to be a little cagey, but he wasn't. This kid was acting like he was having a conversation with his buddies at the park.
That the owner of this vehicle is dead.
Suddenly, Cortez makes a shocking confession.
I was there the night the car was stolen.
I thought I was gonna have to pull this out of him with a crowbar, and he just drops it on the table like fresh meat.
All right, tell me what happened.
I just can't wait to hear what he's got to say about it.
It was me and James.
James. Who's that? That's one of your buddies?
Just some older dude from the neighborhood.
Cortez Ty goes on to say that he was actually with an adult who he only knows goes by the name James.
He's like 5'8", 160, dark-skinned.
Said it was all James's idea to do the lick.
Now, James was the one running the show. I was just on the sidelines.
I mean, at this point, Cortez may be our witness if James really did do all the dirt here against Vernon Rouse.
Okay. How'd it go down?
We were looking for a car.
According to Cortez, James says, look at that old man over there filling his car up. Let's wait till he finishes getting his gas, and let's grab the car.
We waited until we heard the click that the tank was full, and then we moved in.
they rushed Vernon Rouse as he's trying to get into his vehicle. According to Cortez Ty, James strikes Vernon Rouse in the back of the head with a gun. He falls to the ground, and there's still a struggle for the keys, and inadvertently, they both fall on his body. They grab the keys from him, and they haul ass up out of there in the car.
That old dude started standing up, so we just jumped in the SUV and dipped.
We know that's impossible because Vernon Rouse was paralyzed. He wasn't trying to get up.
So the old man was standing up when you were leaving. You saw that with your own eyes?
Yep.
Cortez was probably trying to get some sympathy, like he was still concerned for the victim's health and well-being after he got hit in the head. We may not believe Cortez is telling the truth about Vernon, but we do think James could be the ringleader.
I gotta find out if we got an adult out here that's improperly influenced this kid.
All right. Hey, thank you for your cooperation, okay?
Possibly charge him, and we may keep Cortez Ty out of this whole case. If the adults, they're heavy, you know, we'll use Cortez Ty as a witness.
Look, I'll give y'all both a ride home now, all right? Come on.
Based on everything Cortez Ty has told us so far, we gotta track down this guy named James.
Now it's gonna be a needle in a haystack the size of Campbellton Road to find out who he is. But his name is James, and we got a basic description from Cortez Ty.
We may get lucky if we pull photos of the usual suspects in the area of Campbellton Road committing these same types of crimes.
Over the next week, we scoured the database for photos. We checked every derivative of James you could find, and there was a mess of them.
We printed them all out to show Cortez. This is a unique situation. We're not putting together a 6-person photo lineup.
We're gonna go out there old school with a shoebox full of photos to show him pictures of guys named James.
They're about the same age and physical description that Cortez gave us, so we're gonna see if he recognizes one of them.
Once again, we scoop up Cortez's mother and roll to the coach's house.
All right, young brother, here's the program. Take a look in this box and tell me if you see your boy James in there, all right?
So, me and Vin, we're amped. We got a box full of photos. We're gonna sit here and let this kid leaf through these photos and see if we can pick a winner.
What's up?
He's not in there.
I'm like, what are you hiding?
The whole story's fake, okay? James isn't real.
Are you just the only person involved in this thing, or is there somebody else that you're trying to protect?
So, here's what's happening now. We need you to start telling us what's going on. We need you to start saying facts.
It was really my homie Big Boy.
Marcus mentioned him.
Cortez Ty says the other accomplice he had with him was a guy named Big Boy, who he knows and known for years. His real name is Kamari Carter.
He's the one that beat that old guy up.
He's making Big Boy the person who actually hit Vernon Rouse in the head.
How old is this Big Boy guy?
It's like 2 years younger than me.
That's what I'm saying, man. Who? Come on. Who you think you're playing with, dog?
How's a 14-year-old gonna be a mastermind in a major carjacking that resulted in a murder? So we're looking at Cortez Ty both cross-eyed and sideways at this point.
Look, I'm being serious, okay?
You being serious?
I'm telling the truth. I have no reason to lie.
It seemed like this kid had just caught Jesus.
I just want to do the right thing.
I think me and Vin made some kind of connection with both Cortez and his mother, and he felt like he needed to tell us the truth.
All right, let's see what we can dig up on Big Boy.
Sure.
It's time to go pull his rap sheet, find out who he is, and possibly get another interview with him immediately.
So we go back to the office because we need to run this name Kamari Carter.
All right, I'm in the juvenile system.
There you go, baby. Work your magic.
There we go. All right, I got a report.
As soon as I punch this thing into the computer, I can't believe what I'm seeing.
Oh, my God.
Holy...
This is unbelievable.
What?
The story was all a giant lie.
The whole story's fake, okay? James isn't real.
The Vernon Rouse murder case has been turned upside down.
After Cortez Ty finally admits that he just made up the name James and he just doesn't exist, he implicates his really good friend, Kamari Carter, also known on the street as Big Boy.
Here we go.
A quick search of the database on Big Boy reveals a shocking discovery.
This is unbelievable.
What? After all this running around, after made-up names, dead end after dead end, we find out Cortez Ty has now implicated a suspect that's now dead. You can't make this stuff up.
Well, I guess we can't talk to Big Boy.
Yo, when did he die?
November 27th. 10 days after the carjacking.
According to the report, it starts with Kamari harmlessly ordering a pizza delivery.
That's a large cheese apartment too?
Yeah. The pizza driver gets there, he delivers the pizza, and at that point, Big Boy produces a handgun.
Give me the keys. He was trying to steal a new set of wheels.
So after Vernon Rouse's car was impounded by the cops, these guys needed a new ride. They had to look for a new victim.
Start walking.
You know, Big Boy already got the car, and that wasn't enough.
Wait, hold on. I want that phone too.
The pizza driver, feeling like he escaped death the first time when he gave up his car keys, he feels in his mind he's not going to survive this second encounter. He produces his own handgun. He shoots and kills Kamari Carter right on scene.
Okay, it looks like he was cleared of charges for self-defense, justifiable homicide.
Cortez knew Big Boy was dead.
100%. 100%. He spun us, Vinny.
He's a solid cold manipulator. That's what's up with this kid.
I just want to do the right thing.
He's way smarter than we gave him credit for in the beginning.
He's thinking, okay, if I put this on a dead dude, boom, I'm scot-free.
I guess he doesn't know about felony murder.
Doesn't matter whether Big Boy's alive at this point. He admitted to what his participation was in the robbery of Vernon Rouse. So he's still on the hook.
I'll go ahead and whip up an arrest warrant for Mr. Cortez Ty here. Bring him in.
Cool.
With all the evidence, we have a pretty good idea of what happened the night that Vernon Rouse was attacked. We believe Cortez and Big Boy were at the gas station hunting for a car to steal.
Those kids were watching for the next available victim. And now you had not only a victim, but a victim with a brand new car and a drive-out tag. It's like all the worst ingredients that could have been mixed in that particular situation that day.
Based off all the evidence, we have to conclude that Cortez Ty, he was actually the primary aggressor in this armed robbery. He used the BB gun as an object to disable Vernon Rouse. Vernon Rouse was alive when they pulled off. But regardless of that, they committed a crime that caused his slow but serious death situation.
On January 9th, 2007, Cortez Ty is arrested for the armed robbery and felony murder of Vernon Rouse.
Cortez Ty really believed he could blame the dead man and get away with the ultimate crime. But his energy and his forthcoming nature just led to his conviction. In 2008, he is convicted and sentenced to life without parole.
Gentlemen, meet Vernon Rouse.
I really regret that if we had gotten a chance to even speak with Vernon Rouse, we could have at least let him go to his grave, know someone cared and was working on the case from the Atlanta Police Department.
So we're here to move this forward, okay?
That's gonna be the saddest part of this case.
Your son can play.
Cortez Ty was a promising young man. He had a future, but he also had some demons.
Just the viciousness and the egregiousness of this young man who took his life, 16 years old, his whole life ahead of him, who takes a 55-year-old's life just for 5 days in a brand new car. Doesn't seem fair to me.
February